So we're gonna do 2020 favorites, quarantine edition, because most of it I was just inside my house. It's gonna be YouTube, books, TV shows, movies potentially. What else did I enjoy? Nothing. Maybe makeup. Let's start with makeup. None. I enjoyed wearing none because I was inside. To be fair, probably one thing I did enjoy was Cloud Paint by Glossier in Dusk, because I'm so white I can use it as a blush and as a bronzer. Boom. It's like a nice contour. I'm not wearing it, you can't see it, but technically that. Now let's start with YouTube. I have like 3 people. They're like, I categorize my year into multiple quarantines. There's quarantine number 1 from end of March until June, alone in Rutherford, my university hall. Then there is me not leaving my house even though I would be allowed to, summer, so July, August, and late September and September. Then there is the 2 months where I was allowed to go outside, Saturday, September and October in England, and then there was November shutdown in England, me flying back to Germany in December shutdown in Germany. So there's 3 big quarantines. Quarantine number 1, I really got into Moya and she really got me into painting. I really like Nina Florence. You all know these people, but they're amazing. I just want to give them a shout out. They kept me sane the first quarantine. And Susie J. Todd. Books I read: Sapiens by the name I cannot pronounce. Yuval Harari. Everyone knows it. Chris Evans loves it. I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably also needed 2 years to read this book. I read a lot of it during the 2019 summer, and then I read the rest this January, so it took me a year to get through it. I'm not gonna lie, I would love to be the pretentious person that reads classic and very intellectual books, but I just can't. I am not physically able to do so. I cannot bring myself to do that. Every 10 pages I have to stop because it's just too much. I read the book and it's amazing. I like it a lot. There's a few things where I was like, questionable, but okay. I think it's a good first step into diving deeper into this. I read The Burning Maze by Riordan. I read The Tyrant's Tomb by Riordan. I read 6 of Crows. When I got here, so that is quarantine number 2 in summer, which was no real quarantine, but I made it up in my head because I was fucking scared. I still am very much fucking scared. This book is insane because we all like, oh my god, Cass Brecker, oh my god, he's like a mastermind, a genius, he thought all this through. And I'm just here like, Leigh, is that her name? Bardugo? I'm probably butchering the names. She came up with the whole storyline that made Cass even have those ideas, and she made up Cass's ideas, so she's even more mastermind and big brain than Cass could ever be. Think about that. That's insane. I didn't read anything after that because I went back to uni and I died a little reading journal articles. I finally finished So You Want to Talk About Race by Ijeoma Oluo. I hope that's her name, because I don't want to be a white person butchering non-white names. I hate that. It wasn't what I expected. I expected it to be more of a history, but then also it says in the title you want to talk about race, so it's a very good book to have a starting point if you want to be anti-racist. And having this book read and having all these arguments that you can bring into a racist discussion, or I hope not you doing a racist discussion, but you breaking up a racist discussion and speaking up against it, it's a really good book for that. I read The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. It's a good book. I like it a lot. I think it's going to be better in the second and third book, but right now it's the whole we romanticize the villain and the bad boy. Like, we shouldn't teach this to girls right now. We should teach them that if a boy is an asshole to you, he ain't deserving any of your time. He has a slight redemption arc at the end, but still, he's still an asshole. But also, so is everyone else. So, I really enjoyed it in the way it was a beautiful world building. I enjoyed the way, there's a lot of enjoying in this. I liked how she had this whole idea how they live side by side, and from the fairy world you are able to see the human world. I really liked this parallel thing. I liked how she included the whole thing with the fairies living on the hill. Once again, beautiful descriptions, and I'm a sucker for beautiful descriptions, and I really want to read the second and third one now. Then I read Red, White and Royal Blue. If this would count fanfictions, I would have a lot more. Should I say my favourite fanfiction? No, that I can't do that on the internet. That's between me and God, I know. TV shows. Obviously, as everyone else did, I watched Outer Banks. I actually got a lot of my friends hooked on that. I rewatched Avatar: The Last Airbender in my first quarantine because we all have a comfort TV show. Let's not lie to ourselves, it's always Avatar: The Last Airbender. I started watching The Crown. I just watch it because I want them to prove that they killed Diana. Not gonna lie to you. At my first quarantine, this is very all over the place. I also rewatched Merlin, and once again, I'm a coward, so I only watched until mid-season 5 and then I just ignored the ending. Because you can just tell from like 5 onwards, they just set it up to fail, and I just can't do that to myself. So I'm pretty sure I still haven't watched the last episode, ever. I just ignored that. SheRa. I watched season 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 in May, so Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood season 1, 2, 3 and 4. If you ever want to get into anime, this is the one TV show I tell you to watch. It's beautiful, it's nice, it's very well done. It's great. Schitt's Creek, another great one that got me through quarantine because I was actually feeling something. It's so nice. I don't know why I didn't watch it for such a long time. It's so good. Everyone watch it. Love, Victor. I watched the Teen Wolf reunion because I would still die for Styles. Boreanan season 1, really good. I was so freaked out when I saw Emilio in that one. I was like, oh my god, I know this man. The Umbrella Academy season 2. Thank you for that. I also just want them to just start calling Vanya with he pronouns and just absolutely not discuss it. I want that. The Medici season 1, 2 and 3. I cried at the very end for a really long time. So that's also really good. I also was in Florence and I always loved the Medici before that, so just seeing, I think it's one of the things where you get really aware how we will never see the future. It just, imagine Cosimo who wanted to finish the dome, he could never become an artist, and then his grandson creating or basically starting the Renaissance, which it will never be matched again as a artistic movement. Think about that, how we would never be able to see that, and that just breaks my heart. How there's now the Galleria di Uffizi in Florence, one of the most well-acknowledged art collections ever out there, and it just makes you really aware of how little time we have and all the things we never saw and will never see. Fucking scared me. Hollywood season 1, oh my god, how could I forget? How was that this year? I sometimes feel this year has been a decade. The whole of the 20s just in 2020. Hollywood, everyone watch Hollywood. Jesus Christ, how could I forget? Possibly, oh my god. Movies. Becoming by Michelle Obama. Beautiful. The Life and Death of Marsha P. Johnson made me actually not be able to sleep because I was shaking with anger so hard that I couldn't sleep until like 3, even though I finished the movie at like midnight. Miss Americana. Did that come out this year? Yes. It came out this year and I watched it with 2 of my friends and we cried. The Studio Long Pond Sessions, obviously. It was amazing, it was beautiful. Also watched that on Skype because we were not able to meet. Old Guard, the Netflix movie, yes. If I could only say one thing to watch out of all of this, Old Guard. Venom and Knives Out. Knives Out I watched in a train, Venom I watched in a train, and both of them are fucking amazing. I don't know why everyone's so mean about Venom. It was great, I laughed a lot. I feel the people next to me in the train thought I was going insane. Knives Out, Chris Evans in a cable net jumper, what else do I need to say? We all know it's a great movie, which proves that even how whatever liberal white people may be, we're still fucking horrible. I watched Hamilton with my friends when I returned to uni. That was an experience. Jesus. 2020 was hard for all of us. And I think sometimes it was just easier. I think it was this thing where there was so much pressure on you doing so much during quarantine that it became so overwhelming that you just went to doing nothing, which was just me hiding inside my room watching endless amounts of TV shows. It's not bad. Like, honestly, for some people it's enough success or achievement to make it through this whole thing, you know? We made it through this year, and at the end of the day, you know what? It's not bad to enjoy TV shows. I feel like there's this whole thing where, like, this pretentious thing of if you enjoy classics, you are a real connoisseur of the good, well part of the society. That doesn't even make sense, but just fuck it. Do it for yourself. Maybe don't use it as much as escapism as I do, but let's just hope next year we'll have a lot of more favourites that involve other people and not just people on screen. Yeah, this is gonna be my last thing about favourites, and is that I am super thankful for Skype and WhatsApp and Google Duo and probably FaceTime for other people. The fact that we've come so far as a human race that even though we were physically distanced, we weren't full-on socially. Yes, I literally just changed my hair from the other video and did a new video. I love how I fold my hair like a Bond villain.